So tonight I'm going to try to talk about Ascension. And I've really tried to get out of this one because it is a subject that is interesting, but it is so vast and so layered that I desperately tried to get out of it. And I was like, I'm going to forget all of it because I do not write notes, I don't write talking points. I just put the microphone on and start talking. And there is so many layers, so many perspectives, so many... And then I have to try to remember the stage of it. And there is so many. So when I say ascension and what many people say ascension, what does it mean? Under that grand name, I think we can safely say there is 4 big stages. Of course there is more, but they are no longer part of, I think, the ascension process. I think I can safely say that. So there is awakening, the clarion call of starting the journey. There is the ascension process, the descension, and the expansion. So the awakening will happen very often. Your life no longer makes sense. You are suddenly awakening out of stupor, out of a dream, and you don't know what is a dream, what is a reality. You are no longer sure of what you see or hear or understand. You are forgetful because you are awakening and you are moving between dimensions. And when you move between dimensions, at the beginning your mind will scatter. So for example, if you move between 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and you go down to 4, as it happens, suddenly you have a kind of dyslexia when people talk in front of you. You no longer understand, their words don't make sense. You don't hear sentence but word. Many words together, jumbling and no longer having meaning. There. This is why I didn't want to do that one. I'm jumping ahead of myself and I'm just babbling about the awakening. So either you will suddenly everything around you, the world around you, the relationship you are in no longer makes sense, or you have delayed as much as possible that one because you didn't want to see, you didn't want to hear, you didn't want to notice what was happening, and then the rug will be pulled under your feet, and then it would be wedding collapsing due to incredible sickness, something happening in your entourage that pull out the money, the health, the couple. Everything will collapse brutally. And then you have to find again your balance as you stumble your way through ascension. Some of them, it would be a mega illness. And when the illness is finished, they are on the other side of the awakening journey and they have started their ascension process. Some people, it would be they have such a bad sickness that they go into a coma, and as they wake up from that coma, nothing makes sense. Their life, their friends, the couple, their relationship with their children, they are stumbling out of their life, unconscious life, and are coming up into a different reality. So sometimes people have finished the awakening and they don't even know it. Some will be fully conscious through the awakening journey as he will head the bing bing bing, the bell of that journey. The awakening and first part of the ascension with a small a, the ascension part, it very often feels as if you discover you have been lying to yourself on a constant basis. So, for example, you thought you were the perfect mother, the perfect wife. You were not a victim in your head, but you were thinking of yourself as a self-sacrificing woman, not for throwing flower at yourself, but a good damn wife who gave everything out of love. And then something happened, and because, well, we are in the awakening journey, and you put yourself as a victim and you are crying and you say you don't deserve it. But you will get out of the victimhood because there is no victim on this journey. And as you do so, you realize you were not giving anything out of love, but you were giving everything because you wanted to be loved, because you wanted to be seen as essential, and you wanted to make sure that the other one will not leave you. So you were giving out of fear, not out of love. So the awakening and ascension part is full of those aha moments, full of those one. And we are seeing our past with a new eye. We are discovering everything that we did, everything we thought we knew, and all the certitude we had will go out of the balcony, out of the window. You will see your past with a new eye, with a new understanding. And it will be helped, of course, not only by the energy hitting the brain and the expansion of the pineal, pituitary, and the linking of the left and right side of the hemisphere of the brain through the expansion of the corpus callosum. It will happen because the thalamus, hypothalamus, amygdala will clear. The energy will hit them, especially divine white light, which is great to see the truth of things. And it will hit them, and the why, the obsession, and the fear will be made manifest in front of your eyes, so you can really see it, understand it. By working on the emotional and the mental body, you will also see your true motivation, so it's harder and harder to lie to yourself. So this is a great work. This is really the true great work of the human. It will happen many other time, but the first part is where the deepest clearing will appear. Because once you get the hang of it and you understand it, you will be able to redo it again and again, but it will be easier. You will let go faster. You will basically, you will understand it, see the layer, completely feel it, and clear it all at once. While when you are in the beginning of the journey, it will appear many times in front of your eyes until you can see it. The process can take years for you to be able to really be in truth, big T, with yourself. So that process of sweeping under the rug and lying, stop. For many, when you go through the awakening journey in the beginning of the ascensions, people talk about symptoms. And those symptoms are forgetfulness, because your mind is concentrated on other things while the greater mind is being built. So a very more conscious mind, aware mind, higher mind. For many, one of the first signs will be the sun. So solar activation, like crystals on the skin, so you feel like little zapping on the skin and scratching. And I have my cat waking up. As soon as I start talking, they wake up, all of them. Which is one of the reasons why I don't want to record. Because the moment I record, all my animals come alive and they want to play with me and they want to play with the microphone and the computer. And it's making it so much more difficult for me. So there are so many symptoms, let's now be in the ascension journey, like tummy pain as above the navel, as the new earth chakra is working its way through and appearing. So there is all those manifestation in the outside world, in the human reality, that is being noticed and piling one on top of the other, which people are really noticing it and they cannot escape that notice. So those symptoms are very external and felt on the body. But in fact, if they are very much linked to the sacred geometry, so you feel you have a headache because your brain is getting an upgrade and is getting higher energies to get that upgrade. And suddenly you might have a circle around the head, which is a symbol for a deep clearing preceding an upgrade. And you might find yourself like coughing and with throat around the pain and going to the top of the head, because in fact you have a triangle. You are within your upper body is within a triangle, and it is being activated to be connected to a etheric pattern or a higher version of yourself. And what is within the triangle will tell you exactly what you are downloading at that time and connecting to. Or you might have your new earth chakra, which is really pulsating, and during that creation at the awakening ascension with a small a part of the journey, it feels like a deep tummy pain, and it's because you are within a square or a cube, it depends, and it is deeply linked to Gaia and to the earth body. Or you might have a huge heaviness again around the head with zapping in the body, and your head is within the cube. It is something that will happen just before the crown of the 10th chakra collapse around the head, creating the circle of light. So all those symptoms, those external symptoms, are very linked to the sacred geometries and the pattern of new creation and upgrading of this body. But when you look within, so for some people, they might feel that they have a very light persona or very light body. They are a light in this world. It might be true, but it might be also a kind of lie, a hiding within themselves or their true self, or of what they really feel and what they really do and why they are really doing, because those are hidden in the emotional and the mental body. And it might be discovered or really seen, maybe not much later, but later in the journey. But when you look within, so we are leaving the external physical body appearance and symptoms, and we are getting into the within body. What is happening within? The light at the beginning of your awareness in the second chakra, which is also the basis for where the divine feminine and divine masculine will meet and balance, or where at the human, this is where your inner child and your past, your childhood, and everything that went wrong, that you resent, is stored in the second chakra and blocking it. So you will have to unravel that. And it will take you most of the weakening, ascension, and descension part, even during the descension. And during some part of the expansion, the second chakra will have to clear. It's with the throat chakra, two of the most blocked chakra in the body, where many things are stuffed there from the past and from our childhood and our present life. So those have to be clear, but the light, there is a light that is there. It's like a small light for most people. It is, if you see it at the beginning, you will feel so sad because you don't realize you have so little light. So little of yourself is within the body. Very small part of who you truly are is animating that body and living within it. It cannot live within. For it, with a magical eye, to be within, the body have to have some specific energies for it to be, to survive. Something that feel for you bad as a human, and the feeling you have feel antagonizing for it, unable to stay there. So even if your soul will come, it will just pop out. It cannot stay in the human vibration. It needs to live and to have a body which is filled with love, peace, divine peace and grace, and have much light. This is when the light of your soul can come down. And I'm not only talking about love, I'm talking it has to have also self-love, for the soul to be fully able to come down and to expand within this body. Light is within the second chakra, at the small light flickering in the dark. And what is the dark? It is the density of this body, because the whole body within is very dense. The organs are dense, the glands are dense, and everything will have to be cleared. And not only cleared, but we have to be conscious in this journey so we are not stuffing it back with darkness and with density. So it's like a double work. You have to clear what has to be done and make sure you're not putting more things into it. And we have to do that so the light can expand within the body and fill it with light. Because make no mistake, most of us are light beings of light. We came to represent the light, and our feet are firmly anchored in a creation of the light. Gaia. Gaia have been claimed for the light and is evolving even higher in the multidimensional reality, and it cannot be stopped. So you have that light expanding, and the chakra are clearing, and that is making it possible for the light to expand in this body, in those body system, until each chakra is filled with light. And as it happens, the first bodies have also to clear, and the electromagnetic, the emotional and the mental body. And the electromagnetic represent the meridian, the nadis, the minor chakra and the major chakras. And each one of them will have to be clear and connected because they are working together. So each one have to be connected to have an harmonious work, So if your chakra is connected to your heart, you will speak with love and respect for others. If your chakra, your throat chakra, is connected to your second chakra, you will speak with balance. If your second chakra is connected to your solar chakra, you will speak connected to your inner light and firmly anchored in who you are, with confidence, not with ego. It is very difficult. And if you connect it with the heart, you will speak with confidence, connecting it to the second chakra with balance, and connecting it with the heart chakra with love and respect to the person you are talking to. So that light is expanding and filling those chakras and creating a full column of light. And this is the internal work of that awakening ascension with the small a journey, beginning of the big A ascension journey. So there is the external work of the human, and there is the internal work of the light, of the clearing energetically. Because as soon as something is understood and cleared in the human body, it clears it in the human where the energy was stuck, where the energy could not move. It cleared the density of that part of the bodies, and it makes it possible for the light to go up until the column of light is fully created in what is called the Antakarana, which is the part of the column of light which starts at the inner core of the heart and go to all that you are above yourself, which is there, the soul, that is there to protect you, to make sure the higher vibration will not come and crash in your human body, which will shatter. And when we mean shatter, we mean making you sick, because when your body cannot deal with higher energy, it gets sick, it gets down, so you shut down and you recover and you have time to assimilate the energy. If it's your past in life, or you get into a bigger sickness because you can't and it is not what is supposed to happen. So that Antakarana is really created what is called the rainbow bridge, and where the soul, your higher self that has already merged, but your part of your soul, which is maybe 25% of all that you are, is starting slowly going down in that Antakarana, and it will rest in the inner core of your being, of your heart. It is another light expanding, merging with the light of the second chakra. It is your consciousness, and it will expand within your body, and every time it will clear, it will also create something in your life to clear it. So either you can see it without having to interfere with your life, or you can't do it and you need a work with another human, a husband, a children, a dog, a cat. You will have to work with someone to see it, to get it out of you and to bring it into the light, as you can use the violet flame and the sacred fire. So not only you are clearing it, but you are not keeping it on the field of earth. You are completely extinguishing it. So it is no longer seeding the earth. And so those are the inside work. So this is a different perspective. You are also working at the human in your relationship, and that is such an important part. This is why you cannot concentrate on the conspiracy theory and many other things. Of course, it's interesting, and I do read them, and I do believe in a lot of them. But you cannot do that rabbit hole, because this is taking you out of the real life where the work has to be done with your immediate reality and what life is throwing at you to do that work that is so important. This is where the work is, in your relationship with your dog, with your cat, with your children, with your husband, with your girlfriend, with your girlfriends, with your neighbor, with the people you don't know in the supermarket. This is where the creation is happening, not focusing on something else that you are not sometimes even in direct contact with. Concentrate on what is coming within your field. This is where the work is happening for you. So we went from a human symptom, body feeling, to within the body, to the chakras. It is so many layers. And when that happens, once you have cleared the electromagnetic body, you are expanding that inner light within the mental and the emotional body. And what is happening when you do that? You are fully aware, or you are being made fully aware of your true emotional state, not the lie you tell yourself, not what you are sweeping under the carpet, your true emotional self. And by getting expanded into the mental body, you are being made aware of your true motivation, of why you do what you do. And so you are expanding fully your inner light of your heart inside all those parts, inside the electromagnetic, inside the emotional body, and inside in the mental body. And all three of those will fully collapse within you. So at the beginning, if you try to expand into your electromagnetic or emotional or mental body, you feel you are slightly getting out of your body. But once they are cleared and assimilated and they collapse within you, I don't know if you have seen like old style shutters made of wood. It's like when you open them and they are like an accordion, and you just like the movement is felt a bit like that, and they collapse within you as ball of light assimilated within the central column of light. And then you are really made aware of why you do things and why things are happening, and your true motivation are suddenly appearing. You cannot lie to yourself anymore. Well, you can. But that means you are really slowing down your journey. You are really slowing down your journey. You cannot go fast and pretend you don't see this and pretend you don't see that. Everything has to be seen. Everything has to be brought to the light. Everything has to be illuminated so there is no darkness and no density. Everything has to be cleared. So there is that work. And once that all that happens, this is another part of the journey.